In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to set up your Google AdMob account completely, even if you're a beginner or you're an expert. So you're going to be learning from someone who has gotten 4 years plus of experience in Google AdMob and monetization. What we are going to do is to basically set up the Google AdMob account. If you are someone who has gotten terminated or cancelled on Google AdMob before, then don't use the same email address. Don't use the same account information. Don't use the same payment information. You can basically create a fresh new email address, or you can have your Google AdMob account on a friend's phone, or on your sister's phone, or on your mom's phone. Anyone. Maybe in the future videos, I'm going to be showing you guys how to connect a Google AdMob account from another Google AdMob account so that you can have access to your Google AdMob account even without your email being logged in on your device. But what I'm going to be showing in this video is how to basically create your Google AdMob account and get it verified. If your Google AdMob account is showing something like this, then be rest assured you're not going to be making any money. You will not make any money from any account that is showing something like this. Your account is being verified. Some people come to me, they'll report this into me. Their account will be in verification for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I know someone whose account has been on this for complete 8 months. So it's going to be a very big problem. If your account is showing something like this, that means Google is not, approving your account. And there are a couple of reasons. This particular thing you are seeing here now could be, when you have set up your Google AdMob account the first time, it will show something like this. After you have done all the necessary process, setting up tax information and the likes, then a few hours before the end of that day, this thing should be removed. This thing should turn to approved. This thing should turn to something like this. So your account should be showing something like this in like maximum 24 hours time. Your account is approved, something like this. There are some people, they will create their Google AdMob account for the first time and do the setup. They will immediately see something like this. So if you see something like this, that means your account is ready to start making money. If you build your apps and you publish them, or you build your apps, monetize them with Google AdMob and publish them on a supported app store, and you link your app back to Google AdMob will automatically approve your app because your account is approved. If your account is still showing review after the whole setup, then that means, number one, you have maybe been closed down by Google AdMob before on that same device. Or maybe your date of birth is not up to 18 years because AdMob is not that strict. They are not that strict. So even if you have a Google AdMob account that was closed down on a certain device before, and since the account is closed down, you have a second email and you now log in on the same email, AdMob will allow you to appear for a while. You start making money for a while if you are doing the right thing. But what Google AdMob is going to do is what? In a long term, they are going to close down your AdMob account. So if you know you have an AdMob account that has been closed before, make sure the new AdMob account you're going to be creating is not carrying the same information of the old account. If, let's say, you use your details to create the first AdMob account, you can use your mom's details this time around. You can use a friend's details this time around. Just tell your friend that you need one thing from them. You need their voter's card. You understand? The voter's card, the front of the voter's card and the back of the voter's card. They should snap it and send it to you. A very clear image. So you can use the information and set up your Google AdMob account. Even if it is a Gmail address that you have created on your own. And if you're going to be creating that Gmail address, don't use the same phone number you have used before. So I really advise you to stay on a fresh note. If you know you're going to be doing Google AdMob once again, and then you have been closed down before, delete the first one. Delete the first, Google, the email. Understand? Delete the email, or you can wipe it from your phone and then reset your phone and basically create a fresh new Google AdMob account, or use another device to set up your Google AdMob account. I'm just saying all these things for you guys to be cautioned so that you not lose your account. You understand? This thing is not as strict as it is. It's just that do what is right and then you get your account approved. It's not a problem. So we can proceed with the video. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to create your Google AdMob account in such a way that it will stop showing in review and it will show approved. So let's get started. So first thing first, if you are a software engineer, you should what? Or if you're an app developer that you use this monetization account, don't use Google Chrome. Don't use Google Chrome. You understand? Don't use anything that has to do with most of these Google services. I'm going to be explaining this in a deeper term, when I'm going to be explaining how to safeguard your Google Play Developer Console account from being banned and how Google, takes your information, how they steal your information to basically track you down and close down your developer account. So in this case, I'm going to be using this browser. It's a safe browser, DuckDuckGo. So now, what will happen is what? To start up this AdMob, just type in admob.google.com. So you click on this mark and you search admob.google.com. And here it is. Here is the AdMob homepage. AdMob is just like a mobile advertisement platform where people monetize their apps through advertisements. I need to explain this thing to people. I'm going to explain it in another video. AdMob is just all about monetizing your app, making money from your app. If you are a developer, you build, let's say, a simple game or a simple quotes app, and you publish the app on Play Store without using AdMob, you are not going to be making any money from advertisements. There's no way you can make money from the app. Let's say you build an app, you have like 100,000 downloaders on the app. Let's say since 2016 you have built an app, 100k downloaders, up to 500k. You have not made a penny, then you are losing. So for you to be able to make money from your app, you use the SDKs of Google AdMob to implement them on your app backend, and then once you do so, you now build the app and put it on Play Store or a supported app store. Once the app is approved, copy the link it back to your Google AdMob account, and as people are interacting with your app, you'll be making money. Nobody is going to be paying you for a quotes app. That's why you can see many quotes app, they don't have what we call, a paywall, because there are two ways to make money from app. You can make money from what? Google AdMob directly, which is the advertisement you are displaying on the app, and you can make money from in-app purchases. Who is going to be paying, some penny for a quote app, unless your quote app is a different one, is a different breed. What I'm trying to say here is what? AdMob is not all about self-clicking, just creating an AdMob account and start, build a random APK from a random web browser or something and start clicking on the advertisement that is displaying on your app. If you do so, Google AdMob will automatically ban you. They'll blacklist you and you'll never be able to use your same details to basically create the Google AdMob account again. So what we are going to be doing now, this thing has caused a lot of, I'm going to be showing you guys in this video how to properly set up your Google AdMob account without having any problem. If you create the account, just keep the account safe. If you want to learn how to make money from your Google AdMob account, then there is a link in the description. Click on that link to join our community. Click on that link to access our course and start learning how to develop apps, how to develop premium games and apps, on your own, using your tablet, using your laptop without actually having to code. So now what we're going to do next is what? This is just the AdMob homepage. For those who are new, I will suggest you read through and understand what AdMob is all about. Since you guys have understood, then we click on get started. Make sure the email address you are going to be using to create this Google AdMob account is on the browser, is logged in on the browser. So have this email address logged in on this browser already. So you can just download this browser from Play Store and log in that email address. That email address alone, even if you have a Chrome browser on your device, log in, anything that has to do with your developer environment and the likes, log it in on the on this browser. So now what I'm going to do is what they'll say get more out of AdMob. Select the first option if you want to get notified about suggestion and performance. So I'll suggest you go with that one, and then you can select your territory. If I'm from the United States, from the United Kingdom, Africa, you can search for a country, and so let's see how it goes. So I'm going to be selecting the Giant of Africa here. So what will happen is we'll now scroll down. You can read through these terms. I don't know if you have that time to read, but it's good. You can read to understand their policies and know what to do and what not to do. So the policy is just summarizing all about. The most important thing here is, you can see suspension, termination, and the likes. So getting terminated or suspended on Google AdMob is a bad thing, because if you start, basically doing self-clicking, doing illegal traffic, generating illegal traffic to your app, you build an app with Google AdMob, you think you are smart, you give it to people for them to start using it for you, or you start clicking on your own ad, you think you are smart. I've lost more than $10,000 from doing this, because there was a point in time when I created my app, the first app I launched, it took off and then it hit like 100,000 downloads. The second one hit like 100,000 downloads. And as of then, I thought I was smart enough. I was just clicking on my ads. I was like, I'm not making money finally online. So what happened was what? They gave me ads limit, Google AdMob ads limit for complete 8 months. And I lost more than $10,000. I'm just, underestimating the money. The money is far more than $10,000. So what will happen is what? Click on the checkbox here and click on start using AdMob. I'm giving all these long talks for you guys not to regret. I cannot just go straight to the point without explaining all these things. If I say I'll go straight to the point, it will be like, we'll just go straight to the point without telling you the precautions. So what will happen here is what? They're going to be taking 24 hours to review your account so that they can get it approved. So what I will do is click on continue to AdMob. We are going to be setting up, to take us to the AdMob dashboard now. We are going to have, access to everything, the AdMob analytics and the likes. I'm going to be explaining this AdMob analytics in another video, so you guys should subscribe and join our community. Click on the link in the description. So what we're going to be doing next is what? You can see this is the AdMob dashboard. So this is it. So we're currently missing payment information. So what will happen is what? We are going to basically, set up everything, because if you have an account without having a payment information, it's just like you don't have an account. Understand? Just imagine you are working for the government without, having your account number with the government. So what will happen? You don't make any money. So all these things, I'm going to explain all this analytics later in my future videos, and more analytics to come. So if you make money last month, is going to display here. The money you made yesterday will display here. The money you made today will display here, and the money you have made this month so far will display here. So now you can change the view here. You can see it today. Then the money you make today will display here. You can change it to like a month, last 28 days. Then the money you make last 28 days will display here. So what I'm going to do is what? AdMob has come up with a new interface whereby you can see they will give you this card. We'll go with this card now. Add payment details, or you can click on this one. Add payment information. So what I'm going to be doing, I'll click on this card. But in the future, if this card is no longer there, then you guys should scroll down and click on add payment information here, or any other way you can do it. So click on add payment details now. So what I'm going to be doing is what? They have taken us to the payment information page. So on the payment information page, you can access it in two ways. Like click on that card, or you can click on the three lines at the top. Then you can see this is the home, this is your app section, and this is the report section, app reports section, and then you can see the payment section here. So once you click on the payment section, it will take you to what? To this page. You now click on add payment information. So click on add payment information. So what will happen is what? You start submitting your payment information so that AdMob can now start approving your app, approving your account. I mean, if you don't do so, AdMob is not going to approve your Google AdMob account. So what I'm going to be doing is what? You select, if you're an organization, you can select an organization. If you're an individual, just one person, you can select individual. Once you're done with that, you now scroll down and go to name and address. So write your name just like the way it appears on your government issued ID so that you don't have any problem. So this is no code mine. No code mine is like an organization, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to act like an individual. So individual. So let's scroll down. You can add the address. The full line of your address should be here, your home address. Then this one is optional. Leave it unless you know it. Then the city you come from. The city could be your local government. It could be your local government. It could be your city. Then postal code. You can go to Google and search for your local government postal code. For example, if you are from Delaware in the US, so you can go to Google, open a new tab, and go to Google. So then what you're going to be doing is, I'm just calling this in Google. This one is DuckDuckGo. So we're going to be searching through Google, although. So what I'm going to be doing is what? I'll say Delaware postal code. So if you are from a local government in Nigeria or anywhere in Africa, just type in the name of your local government and along with it, type in your postal code. So you can see Delaware postal code has a range of postal codes from what? 19701 to 19980. So you can go through it. So zip code or postal code are here. Zip code is the same thing as postal code. Get the code and what? And get going. So let's see if you are from Lekki. You can see Lekki. So you now see your postal code. It will be displayed on Google. So you can just get it. It's not too difficult. You can see Lekki phase 1, 105, 102. So you can copy the link. Copy it and then get back to your Google AdMob account. You can open that tab once again, get back to your Google AdMob account on the tab you opened. So you can see postal code, paste it here. So you can paste your postal code now, the city. So what will happen next is what? After you have pasted in all this information, the most important one is the first address, the city, the postal code, and the state. So let's select the state now. I'll scroll through and select my state. So what will happen is what? You cannot input your phone number. It's optional. But one of the advantages of inputting a phone number here at times is if Google have sent your PIN. I'm going to be explaining that in another video. If Google send your AdSense PIN or AdMob PIN that you're going to be using to validate your address on the app here, they will send a PIN to, they will mail a PIN to your post office. So you are going to get that PIN to basically verify your Google AdMob account, address information before you get paid. So once you hit your first $10 on Google AdMob, Google automatically mail a PIN, a 6-digit PIN to your address here, to the post office there. So you now go to the post office after like let's say 2 weeks, they have made a PIN, or 1 week. Go and get the PIN and then use it. So if you have not come, if you input your phone number, they might write your phone number on it and then the person might get to call you or something like that. So what we're going to do is you just click on submit. So I'm not going to be adding my phone number. I'm not new to the game. So you can add your own phone number. It's not bad. It's just optional. Make sure the phone number you're using is unique to your AdMob account. Don't overuse the phone number. You should have 2 phone numbers, business phone number and personal phone number. So now this is the earnings. So whenever our payment reaches $100 payment threshold, you get paid every single month. If you could hit a minimum of $100, you get paid. I've guided people that have earned more than, it's like my student that I guided, what they are earning on Google AdMob. Some students are even earning more than $5,000 a month from Google AdMob. Some are earning $3,000, some are earning $1,000 from Google AdMob. You understand? So that's how it is. I've guided a lot of people that have made, it total sum. I can just estimate the whole money to be more than $200,000 since 2021 or 2022 when I started making video as of February. So if you want to learn how to make money from Google AdMob and apps, just click on the link in the description and join our community. So now here is the transaction. Transaction section will show you the transaction that you have carried out, the amount of payment you have gotten. So I might be displaying some on the screen right now. So if your payment reaches $100, they'll pay you. If I hit, let's say in July, I hit $100 in July, they are going to pay me, they're going to send me the payment next month, August. August 21st, they'll send the payment. The payment will reach my account between 23rd to 27th of the month. And then if I make another $100 in August, they will send me the payment in what? September 21st, between 21st to 27th. So that's how the whole thing works. So you're going to be seeing the data and information here. You can view all transactions if you have ever gotten paid before. If you have been getting paid since 2021, you can click and view all your transactions, and you'll be seeing all the transactions that Google have done with you, the payment they have sent to you, and the account number you're going to be using to get this particular payment, especially in Nigeria. I'm going to be explaining that in a future video. So you guys should click on the subscribe button, join our community, link in the description. So what will happen here is here is the AdSense ID. I've gotten my AdSense publish ID is over here. So what I'm going to be doing now is this is the name, is one user. You can manage settings here and do other things. So if you click on manage settings, we have a long way to go, but I'm going to summarize this for you guys. So be patient and watch this video through. If you want to be mentored by us, then click on the link in the description. So this is my profile ID. Profile ID is here, and the country is here. Is an individual account. This is the name. You can edit your name if you want. This is the address, and then you can input your phone number. It's optional. Then now, the most important one before your account is approved is United States tax information. Google AdMob is a company run by Google and is in the United States. So for you to be able to do this, you need to give them tax. US love tax a lot. So what is going to happen is this is the primary email address and the primary account. So that's it. Everything is set up now. So what I'm going to do is I'll click on United States tax information here. So you can input your phone number, but since I'm not new to the game, I'm not going to be putting my phone number. I can put it later on. So now click on this mark here, UX tax information. Then click on manage tax information. There are some countries, this is why we're setting up this tax information is there are some countries that have some tax agreement with the United States. And their tax agreement is that if their users publish something, Google is not going to deduct any tax from their money. They will just give them full payment because their countries have had tax agreement with the United States. But currently, Nigeria has not gotten a tax agreement with the US yet. Tax agreement is when your own country basically pays some sort of tax to the US, to the government there, so that whenever anyone, let's say publishers or those who are doing business with your country, if they do business, you are not going to be charging them extra fee. The way Google AdMob works is if your app makes if the amount of money you are going to be seeing displaying on your AdMob dashboard, let's say your last month, and if it is $500, Google has taken their own percentage already. The $500 you are seeing there is your own. Google will take a percentage around 45% in some cases from your Google AdMob earnings, at times around 30%, at times around 35%, at times is majorly around 45%. Then they'll give you 55%. At times they'll take 40% and they'll give you 60%, but it varies based on your country. So now Google is generally taking 45% of your Google AdMob earning, and they are giving you basically 55%. So what you are doing with that money is the 55% is what you are seeing display on your AdMob dashboard. So if you have made $500 this month on Google AdMob, it actually means you have made $950 in total. So Google is taking this 45% share is composite for all AdMob and AdSense publishers. But in this case, this one is tax information. Tax, Google will take they will deduct some tax from your earnings, from your own main earnings. Let's say if you make $500 a month, Google is not going to be sending you that $500 all through. They can deduct $1 or $2 tax from it, and that tax is going to their government. So if your own country has tax agreement with them, Google is not going to be deducting that tax money. Or even if they are going to deduct it, it's going to be somehow a little bit. But for those who don't have tax agreement, like my country, Nigeria, you can check up, maybe by the time you are watching, maybe you are watching this video in 2027, you can go to Google and search, does Nigeria has any tax agreement with the United States? If it's not there, then you can proceed. So now I know currently, Nigeria doesn't have any tax agreement with the United States. So this is it. I'll click on add tax information here. Once you do so, it will take 15 to 20 minutes. Let me just brush through. Click on start form. Start form. Now what we're going to be doing is going to refresh us and put us in a new section. So you now input your password to basically verify for them to know that you're the one actually doing this. Input my password. I'll click on next. So what will happen now is United States tax information. I'm an individual, so I'll select individual in this case because most of you guys watching the videos are individual. If you're an entity, you can click on this one. So I'll click after I select individual. I'll click on next. Then if you scroll down, are you a citizen or resident of the United States? I'll select, in this case, if you are just visiting United States, you don't have to select this if everything about your company is in Nigeria. So you select your country. I'll say no because I'm doing this tax information in the name of Nigeria here. So I'll click on next. So you're going to be seeing two types of form that you can select. So the first one is W8 Ben form. The second one is W8 ECI. So I'm going to be selecting this one as someone from Nigeria. Select this, then click on next. Start W8 Ben form here. So here it is. Scroll down. This is the name. and then you can, if you're doing business as some, you can add your business name. This one is optional, leave it. Select your country and region. I'll select Nigeria here. So now what I'll do next is I'll scroll down. They ask you for your Nigerian TIN or your foreign TIN. If you have a tax identification number, put it here. It's not compulsory, it's optional. Leave these two things, leave them. They're optional. Click on next. Then you select, this. If your PO box, if your permanent home address is the same thing as your post office address, because they will send a pin to your post office in your locality there. If your home address is the same thing as your post office address, fine. You can select this. If it's not the same thing, then you can add your post office address. So what I'm going to be doing is what I'll select this, so that I can just mail it to the local government, and then I'll go and get it. Mailing address is permanent resident address. The mailing address that they're going to be mailing the pin to you, is it the same thing as your permanent home address? If it is, select this. So in most cases, you just select this so as to avoid, filling forms twice, unless if the mailing address is different from the home address. So what you're going to do next is what? You click on next. Now the street address, I'll click on the street address that was given to me preloaded. For example, here's the street address. I've already written it before, so they give it to me here recommended, so I'll click on it. So now what will happen is what? You can select suburb if there is, then select your country, then click on next. So now you scroll down. This is tax identity. You can see this is my tax identity. I'm just previewing this. This is a confidential information I'm showing you guys. Click on the like button. So now you can read through and understand more. So what I'm going to do there is what to refer to as what? 30% withholding tax that is imposed on payments. You understand? All payments that come from the United States. So that 30% tax now, what I'm going to be doing is, if you have a tax treaty with the US, as I've explained before, you will now select what? Yes, I'm eligible for a reduced withholding rate. If your country doesn't have a tax treaty with the US, select no. So in my case, I'm going to be selecting no. And then click on next. So what I'm going to be doing is, once it loads, it will take us to the next section. So let's scroll down. Now, activities and services performed in the US. Has no code mine perform any activities and services for Google within the US, or do they expect to do so in the future? No. So everything about this particular firm is Nigeria. You understand? I'm a Nigerian. So what will happen is what? I'll select no. Don't select yes. But if your service is in the US, if let's say you have this software company in the US, or you are planning to basically go to the US in the future or something like that. So for the sake of the video, I'm going to be selecting I certify that the service is provided to Google. So you click on this checkbox after selecting no, because you are in Nigeria or you are in your country, select no. So scroll down and click on next. What will happen is what? You can see you click on Go Paperless. Go Paperless is the one that is recommended. So whenever there's any payment and they want to send you invoice, they will just send you the invoice in a PDF form, not by mail again. So they don't have to mail it to your home address every time. So click on I accept paperless delivery. Then click on next. After so, then click on the checkbox. You can see I confirm that I have reviewed the generated tax document to the best of my knowledge and I believe they are true, correct, and complete. So if it's not correct, please go and edit it. Go back and edit it. If you want to edit something, click on edit. You can edit here. You can come here and edit. You can come here and edit again. You can come here and edit anything that is there. So please do so. If you know everything is correct, then you can click on next here. Next. Then click on the checkbox under penalties of perjury. So just scroll down. After you have done so, scroll down, scroll. You agree? Click on this checkbox. And now you can select any year from 2016 till present. So you can leave it like this. 2020 is fine. You can select 2025, it's fine. You can select any year. So I'll select 2025. If you want to include, let's say, month, day, and month of the year for the date you have provided, you can put it here. So let's scroll down. The first checkbox says yes, I am the beneficial owner named in the tax identity section. Click on this. Click on the first checkbox and make sure to have something like a voter's card, or NIN or something like that. So select the first one, I'm the beneficial owner. So you scroll down. Make sure this name we are seeing here appears on your voter's card. This name, you cannot use the company name unless you're an organization. I'm just using this name because I know what I'm doing. If you know your name here, if you just give your company name to it, you are not going to get verified. AdMob is not going to pay you. So make sure you're using your full name, the way it appears on your voter's card or on your driver's license or on your international passport, something like that. So in this case, I'm just assuming that this is my name, the way it appears on my voter's card. You guys don't know what I'm doing here now. So what will happen is make sure you use your full legal name. Click on submit. And if it is your friend, make sure it's your friend's full legal name, the way it appears on his or her voter's card, because you're going to be needing any of our government issued ID for verification later on. So that's why I said you guys should get their voter's card picture on your phone, front or back. You can see the tax information is approved now. Everything is here. You can start a new tax form if this one is unacceptable. If you don't want this tax form again, you can restart a new tax form. So scroll down. So now I'm done with this. So if you want to submit a new form to delete this previous form, if you know the form you have submitted is not good, you can come back here and click on submit a new form. So for now we are done. So what will happen is what you can go to verification section here. Then you are going to be seeing something like verify your identity. So if you start making money now, they'll ask you to verify your ID and you can verify your address. So I'm going to explain that in future video, God's willing. So what will happen is what? Click on the notification here. Payment setup incomplete. AdMob accounts finished setup. All these ones were previous notification, so you can remove them, read through them and remove them. So if you click on fix it, for example, it will bring us back to the payment information page. We have already set up tax information. You can see your tax info for United States has been accepted. So fine. So I can now, I'm good to go now. So if I start getting paid now, the money will come. And once I verify my address, they'll ask me to input my account number here, and then I'll be able to get my payment out of Google AdMob. So click on the three lines at the top. I'm going to be explaining all these things later in future videos. So click on home. Let's get back home and see how the dashboard looks. You can see, add your first app. Add your first app. Currently, we don't have an app yet, so you can scroll through and generate your ad in it. So I'm going to be doing all these things in future video. If you want to learn how to add app to your Google Ad in less than 24 hours, this account should be approved. This thing normally takes 24 hours, less than 24 hours or 24 hours before it gets approved. So let's say by tomorrow morning now, the account is expected to be approved. This is an email they sent to me, a congratulatory message that's welcome to Google AdMob. For now, you can like the video, but after your account is approved, come back to this video and share it. Share it with your friends and families for them to come and join us. Let's make money together. Ladies and gentlemen, it's barely 5 hours later, my account is approved. You can see, so my Google AdMob account is approved. And here it is. Congratulations. I'll just get into the browser and check for myself to see whether the approved mark is there. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Google AdMob. You can see the AdMob account is here. Let's scroll down. The account is approved. So this is what I guaranteed you guys before the beginning of the video. It's now ready to start serving ads. We can make money from AdMob, without getting any problem because the account is approved by Google AdMob, and we can now receive payments if we were to be paid. So this is how it is. Now, the next thing for you to do is to learn how to develop apps and how to monetize those apps without coding. If you are a programmer, if you want to use coding, you can basically go and learn Flutter or something like that. If you want to start making money, maybe as soon as possible, as time goes on, then you can basically come with no code. I've tutored thousands of people online on how to go with Google AdMob, and a lot of them are making money from Google AdMob. A lot of them succeeded. So if you want to join our team, you can basically click on the link in the description. If you want to do anything like guesswork, don't do guesswork with Google AdMob. People are not coming to AdMob for fun, they are just coming here for business. So if you are here and you want to learn how to develop good apps, good games, excellent apps and excellent games that you can publish on Google Play Store or any other platform without having to code, then click on the link in the description to join our mentorship, and we're going to put you through by the grace of God. So that's it for now. Share this video, like and subscribe.